Hi everyone, how things going? Nigel here again. Hope you guys are staying safe during these weird times, right? So I want to share with you this quick video. I don't know whether it'll be quick or not. That one of my perspectives is that earning money, earning more money is again, I I gamify it because it's fun. So a quick story is that sometimes I meet people who know me from before, right? Because I come from a poor family, or average family actually, poor average family, and I remember a lot of stories of my past where my mom would always share with me and my brother, like when we were so broke that we couldn't afford to go to fast food like McDonald's or KFC, and then we would press our faces against the glass panel and look in to people who were eating. And then my mom and dad, they'd be so embarrassed they'll pull us away, And what's funny is that I don't remember this kind of things happening. I had quite a fairly happy childhood, and I wasn't that worried about money, But I do remember as that was when I was younger. When I grew older, around between 8 years old onwards, I remember there were a lot of fights about money. The stress about when there's lack of money and there's not enough money, and at 10 years old, I remember telling myself that I would never let money distract or destroy or hurt a relationship because money is just money to me. It's earnable. I mean, as I grew older, I realized that my family, my parents, they love each other a lot. And it's not that they hated each other when they fight about money, it's just that they were stressed about money. And that stressed me out and that upset me a lot. And that's why I made that decision to learn more about money and how to overcome the money conundrum, right? So some of my friends when I moved to Singapore and then I built my business up, some of my friends would say, "Oh, Nigel now has a bit more money already, and now he's doing really well." But the story behind it is that I grew up from a very middle class to poor family. I grew up with a lot of with bean sprouts, lots of bean sprouts. I know there's some places where people can't afford bean sprouts, but this is my story, right? And we had a lot of cheap vegetables. My mom also would tell stories about how there will be this guy who sells, I think, Uncle Lim, and he drives a truck selling vegetables, and she would ask him to swing by our place the last so that we can get all the unwanted vegetables for discount. So we really grew up really like barely making even barely making ends meet, right? And then I think that's why when I was 16 years old, I went to go and start working part-time. I remember my first income. I was working as a cashier in Extra, as in Johor, right? I worked as a cashier in Extra, and 500 ringgit a month, which is about 160 sing, right? A month. And then after that, I worked as an admin assistant in one of a car sales company, and about 1,005 ringgit, which is 500 sing. And one of my most terrible experiences because the boss actually harassed me because he's gay and I'm not, right? So this wasn't one of my most fun experiences. Weird politics. That is really weird. And then from there, I went to study. After I went to study, I'm very glad I got a bond. Special thank you to my supervisors who gave me a chance. The hospital gave me a chance to get me the bond. And my first salary was 1,700. That was before deductions. Um, that was in how old was I? I was 25 then, I think. Yeah, 25. I think 25. And that was when I also met I fell in love with my wife, my girlfriend, then my wife now. And when I look at my paycheck, I look at my wife, my girlfriend, I look at my paycheck, I look at my girlfriend's face, I'm like, it's kind of hard to get married and have kids that way. And it was then I recall, okay, how my parents is insufficient money and that's how it was so stressful. And that seed was planted in my mind since 10 years old, right? And then at 22 again, that seed has bloomed to a little plant. It's like, I got to earn more, right? And after 1,700 is a starting pay. After I got confirmed, I got about 2,000 a month. You know, I was in the hospital for about 3 years, and I'm not very good at being working in an organization. I'm not very good with this kind of rigid structure where there's stuff that I don't really like working with. This is politics and games to play. I don't like that. I cut straight to the chase, unfortunately or fortunately. So when there was an opportunity for me to exit my work, right, I quit my job, because something happened. So I quit my job. And I remember my mom was so upset and so scared that she kept calling me, she would call me, screaming to the phone at me, say, Nigel, go back your job back from your boss. And then she slammed the phone down. And then after 1 minute later, she called me again and said, Nigel, you better fucking get your job back. Slam the phone down. That happens about 6, 7 times. I'm like, and I would still pick up the phone, right? Because she's my mom, right? Um, but I was adamant that I would not stay because it was a dead end, to play that game, you gotta play the politics, you gotta play that, you gotta navigate and maneuver around that, which I don't have no interest in because I really believe in entrepreneurship. When I quit my job, I haven't have a solution yet, so that's not a smart move. But thank God, I really thank God that on the day I quit my job, I secure a new job. Okay, I contacted another company who then agreed to hire me within the next month because it's a 1 month notice. And when I exited my previous employment, then go into my freelancing employment, my salary went from $2,000 plus to 4,500 plus. I have more than double my income. And that was the day my eyes were open. I'm like, right? That was interesting. It's like, where have I been all this while? So, so that nurtured that seedling that grew in my heart and my mind about earning more money, right? And that was freelancing at a basic level. And as I go along, we built our business. I started that business with $65. I always tell a story, and we started growing from 4,000 figures, four figures a month to 5 figures a month, and then to 6 figures a month, right? And once we hit 6 figures a month, we got bought out, we got acquired, you know, and then we got acquired for a 7 figure plus deal, and that's when I got bonded for 3 years. And after I got finished my bond, I didn't want to stay together in the company again because it starts to have all those games and politics and stuff that I'm not interested in. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I don't want to be in an organization like that, right? So I'm an entrepreneur and I like having fun and learning and growing and doing things, good culture, good politics, good stuff, point of view. So, and I exited to take an 18 months sabbatical. That was between December 2017 all the way to June 2019. When my wife called me and say, hey, hubby, help me. So from there, I joined the company called Phoenix Rehab, and I turned things around for her, and I grew the company for about 200%, grew the team about 100%, and we're still growing. There's a lot more things to do. And that's when I realized over time, I'm 39 now, right now, I quit my job to go freelancing when I was 26 years old. So it's been 13 years. Then that's when I realized, earning money or earning more money is but a game. It's just a game, and it's so fun to me. It's really ridiculously fun to me that my 10 years old and my struggles or experiencing my struggles with my family about money and growing my path today, then when you realize, it's just a game because you must understand there's only a few rules. So there's a money rule, right? The law of compensation. So a money rule has two main rules, right? Number one, you want to earn more, you got to deliver more value. An example is that a McDonald's burger is always about $5. Okay, I give you $10 at most. But if you go to a steakhouse and you order a burger in a steakhouse, that burger is not going to be $5. That burger is going to be about at least $20 to $100, depending on the cut of meat. So a $5 burger versus $100 burger, 20 times the price, right? Let me give you an example. Another example about value is that how much would you pay for a regular popcorn that you pop on your own versus a popcorn that is premium, you know? It could be like a $3 popcorn, do it yourself versus a versus a $50 premium popcorn, right? Or it's like going to, I don't know, man. Or it's like flying economical class versus flying first class or business class. So it's just different in value, right? It's not right wrong thing. I'm just saying that there's different value, and the market just provides what people want. So the higher value you deliver, the higher value problem you solve, the more you get paid. That is one of the rule of money. Second rule is mastery. A person who is a beginner will almost never earn more than a person who's a master. An example is a doctor who is a fresh grad versus a doctor who has been, let's say a surgeon who is just a fresh grad versus a surgeon who has been practicing surgery for 40 years. First and foremost, you already put your confidence in the person who has more experience, right? Because there's a bit more certainty, a bit more expertise, there's a bit more mastery. And because of that, the master or the person who's more experienced tends to earn more. Okay, so but let's not talk about pricing for that one. So these are the two rules, right? The money rules of earning more. Delivering higher value will get paid more in kind, or mastering. If you deliver higher value and you are a master at it, that's the epitome of it, right? That's the highest peak of it. And there's a process to earn more money. It is a basic process, right? You must first desire to earn more money. If you don't desire to earn more money, it doesn't work. Because if you don't desire it, it's like you can't force, you can bring a horse to the water, you can't force the horse to drink water. You know, you've got to desire it. Desire is the first thing. Second thing is you got to decide. And when I say decide, you got to like freaking not just like, oh, I'm gonna earn $100 today. No, it's a true decision where you're like, yes, today I commit to earning $1,000 a day. A true decision, not just I'm gonna have a bread and butter. That's not enough. It's a true decision. So you gotta just have desire for it to earn more. You gotta have a true decision, a true commitment. And then you got to determine, right? How are you going to do it, right? So to earn $100, is it you earn $1 100 times? You earn $10 10 times? Or you earn $100 one time? What will you do? Will you run errands? What kind of problems will you solve to get paid to earn the $100 a day, $1,000 a day? Determine what's the best course of action. In some cases, you need to study for it. In some cases, it's on-job training for it. In some cases, you have to learn a certain specific skill, right? So to determine the best course of path to earn the target income that you want. And the fourth process is actually to do it. There's no point you learn and don't do. It doesn't work. You got to learn and then do, refine and do some more until you get mastery. And that is basically the fundamentals of money rules: value, mastery, and process. And the most important key that you got to understand is this. You got to really ask yourself, okay, so and so, how much do you want to earn? So let's say for myself, as an Nigel, how much do you want to earn? What's that sweet spot at this point in your life? Okay. Nowadays, I work backwards, right? So you can work either go ideally, it's like, a billion. But sometimes a million is too much, The top people in the world right now, even in US, right? They earn the top 10% earn 400K a year. So you don't actually need to throw a big number. I work backwards. So I ask myself, how much do I need to earn to be barely enough? So for example, I say, how much do I spend a month for the whole family? I have a wife, I have two kids, they gotta go to school, right? So you take a look at all your bills, tabulate it up. So maybe it's like maybe 6,000 a month, right? For me. And then you add a buffer in, maybe a 30, 50% buffer. Let's to make it easy, let's say for me, I need 8,000 a month. 8,000 a month, which is 100K a year, 6 figures, right? So working backwards, how do I earn 8K a month, right? 8K a month means 2K a week. 2K a week, 5 working days each week. I mean, that's basically around like $400 a day. How do I do that? So I just work backwards. Okay. How much do you want to earn? Answer or write down somewhere where you can see. You can put it in your toilet, in your where you brush your teeth, where you at the door. Put it there where you can see. Okay. And then you need to ask yourself whether can you commit to learning, applying, and mastering a new skill or your current skill. If you're really earning money and you're not good enough yet, you're not competent, fully competent yet, then master it further. You know, so this is how I see how earning more money or earning money is just a game, and why you don't have to box yourself in. Say, oh, I'm this industry earns this much, and therefore it's only this much forever. No, 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 no. It's not set in stone. You can unlearn a skill, you can relearn a skill, you can learn a new skill. The real question is that how much do you want to earn? How much can you commit to learning to earn? You see, it's a big world out there. I always tell people it's a big world out there. You can achieve whatever you want and you stage it, but this is the process. Remember the 3 money rules. Value. The higher the value that you deliver, the higher value you get paid. Mastery. The higher mastery you have, the higher you get paid. Number 3, master the process. You got to desire, decide, determine, and do, which goes back to mastery. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. Let me know how much do you want to earn in the comments below. You can subscribe to my channel as well. Talk to me, ask me questions. I'm really happy and excited to speak to you, speak for you, encourage you more. Let me know what I can share more with you. So that's all that you have for me. Take care. Bye.